Alright, gonna start the garden tour. There's a lot that I've changed over the last few weeks. And right now it's due for a fungicide treatment. So every 2 weeks I come out here with a fungicide and I spray. So just gonna hit everything just real lightly. And this will make sure that I don't get any diseases. So the cucumbers, you can see they're all starting to flower. And I made a video with these fabric pots, showing how I grow in these fabric pots around the perimeter now to make a little extra room. And they all have their own irrigation system right in here. I put it up underneath the mulch. Comes out right here and goes into the main pipe. So these are all the tomatoes. We've been getting a lot of tomatoes starting to come out. The weather's getting hotter, so everything is starting to grow really fast now. And I spray all the mulch and everything. Make sure that there's no disease on top. This is just a preventative maintenance. Last year, what I did was I was a lot more reactive. So every time I saw a disease or I got bugs or something like that, I reacted to it and fixed it. So this year, I'm being proactive and I'm getting ahead of everything and starting the maintenance, so that way it never starts. And it's been going really good so far. Everything's really healthy. Make sure you spray everything. And it doesn't take very long. A lot of disease starts in the soil. So if you cover it up with mulch, it'll prevent the disease from coming up on the plants. I don't usually mulch the radishes until they're a little bit bigger. This is Swiss chard. This is a red Swiss chard. These are cucumbers. I have a lot of cucumbers this year. This is a breakfast radish. These are pink lady radishes. These are carrots that we just started. These are all shallots. I started making these little name tags here throughout the garden. Sweet shallots. And then it tells me what date I planted them. I got marigold right here. This is a sunflower. I just planted this watermelon, and the vine is gonna start, and it'll wrap itself around this whole fence and give these radishes a little shade. This is an open bed, so I haven't planted anything here yet. This is a sunflower, and this is a white Swiss chard. This is big. We've been growing this for about 6 months, and you can see we've been slowly eating it as it grows. And I'm just gonna keep it in the ground until it either dies or gets infested. We've been starting to get a little bug action, and they've been hiding up under here. You see? There's a lot of little mites and stuff going on under here. But what I've been noticing, see, this one's newer leaves, so it's pretty clean. What I've been noticing is that the spiders have been liking to go under there and making a web, and they've been killing off a lot of that worms and stuff, so I think that's what's been saving it. So this is a fungicide, and you only have to apply it like every 6 weeks, something like that, but it rains a lot and washes it all off. So oh, something's growing in here. That looks like a watermelon seed. Huh, I just pulled that out of the garlic bed. Sometimes I find random stuff growing because of the compost. These are jalapenos. You can see they're all starting. We've been using a lot of them in salsas and salads and stuff. This is a speckled Roma tomato. Good for making sauces, tomato sauces, and canning. They're looking really fresh. This is a heirloom black creme tomato. And then underneath is basil. I like to plant the basil underneath the tomatoes because they give the tomato plant gives it a little bit of shade, and a lot of bugs don't like basil. So let me show you what's going on here. You see the tomatoes grew right here, right? But then they started another vine right here. So now there's more flowers here, and then it's starting to create another stem. So we're gonna take this off right here. See? Now the growth is gonna stop right here. These will make a few more tomatoes, and then the growth is gonna stop. And then we're gonna stop the energy from going and trying to grow more. We want this plant to grow up. And you can see I've been slowly training it to go up. These are, let me see, maybe 8 foot, 9 foot trellises. So they'll make it all the way to the top, as long as I keep them healthy. Tomatoes will grow tall until they die of disease or pests. But you see in here, see that right there? This is called a sucker. You want to pull that off. And there's another one growing right here. I'm gonna pull that off. That's gonna make sure that this is the main stem right here. And that's gonna make sure it keeps growing straight up. Over here, I'll show you, I missed it. So, this main stem grew up. And then right here, I forgot to take off one of the suckers. And then it split. And now I trellised one this way and this way. The only bad thing about this now is the tomatoes might not get as big, but we'll see, because you need a really nice solid main stem for all those nutrients to go up. You don't want it to be so bushy, and that's what the plant spends a lot of its energy. The plant spends a lot of its energy growing leaves and, you know, breaking off into different sections instead of making tomatoes. So, you know, these are all just leaves, those are fine. But you want to just search in here, see if there's any suckers. And there's one right here. Took that off. See, that would make another main stem. It was actually split right there. So, over here, these all look pretty good. I've been taking, oh, here's one right here. See, that's a sucker. And if you don't pull that when it's young, it'll make a whole nother main stem. These all look pretty good. I've been staying on top of them. This is a whole garlic bed right here. This is all garlic. This is a whole garlic bed. Purple garlic, this we planted in October. It needs to go over winter, and then around May, it'll start really growing the bulbs. And that's when the bulbs form, and then we'll take them out and we'll dry them. I have random peppers or not peppers, but garlic and shallots planted everywhere. This is purple kohlrabi. If you watch my videos from last year, I grew the white kohlrabi. Well, these are growing really nice. Something started eating these up. And I've been just coming out here and killing them by hand. They're just little tiny green worms. I got a lot of them the other day. But they'll do a lot of damage quick. This is a zucchini plant. This is just one zucchini plant. We've been getting a lot of zucchini out of it already. Squash. See, and I got marigolds planted in between everything. If anybody watched my video from a few months ago when I first planted this, you could see this has grown a lot since then. Oh, you can see all the squash in here. This one didn't get pollinated. You see? When it doesn't get pollinated, that's what happens. These are romaine lettuce. We've been having those for dinner. You just spray all this with the fungicide. I like to do it around the dirt on the base, so it keeps all that germs away. This is kale, pretty young kale. And then here's another tomato plant. This is an Italian, a Bonnie. It's called a Bonnie tomato. And this one doesn't need as much as a trellis because this is a determinate one. So this is gonna grow a little bit more bushy. And we got basil planted underneath it. This tomato plant is Amelia. This is the first time to grow in these. I bought this from the store. I didn't grow them for seed. And I've been planting a lot of random flowers around to keep the bees coming. Got some sage right here. This is arugula and kale mixed. This is an eggplant. They're gonna start coming out. It just started flowering. So that'll be a big plant right here. A couple more marigolds. And under here I got some lettuce hiding in the shade. Let them grow underneath there, the bugs will stay away. This is a foxglove flower. I got some more of that kohlrabi in here, and some marigolds. This is another squash plant. So a big mix right here, stuff. Over here we got corn. I don't know how well this corn's gonna do. It's been really struggling. Got eaten up by something. And I got a couple more right behind it right here, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do very well. I got arugula here. This is okra. This is okra. And this is another jalapeno. This is my asparagus bed. This has been going for quite some time now. And we're starting to get some asparagus, you can see here. It takes a while for asparagus to grow, but you just keep picking them at the base like that, and they'll keep growing back. And every time they grow back thicker and thicker. You can see little ones coming up here. I spray it, make sure I spray everything. This is lavender. This is a sunflower here. I planted this in a old Big Green Egg fire pit. Fire starter thing, firebox. These are all onions, cipollini onions, marigold, lots of squash here. I gotta start trellising this up because they actually vine. So I put this post here so I could tie it. I gotta tie this up. This is a raspberry bush. Hopefully we get raspberries this year. We didn't get them last year. This is dill. Real high. It's about, I would say, 6.5 feet tall. And we just let it go to flower so the bees come. This is leeks. These are all leeks under here. They're getting ready to get pulled. This is bell peppers under here. You see they're starting. And some more marigolds and parsley back here. There's some other random flowers. We ate a lot of that celery. There's a lot of celery here. This is the last of it. We got, what, two heads left there. 2 heads of celery. Back here we got rosemary, more sage, lots of onions underneath the sun. This is a big sunflower. Cauliflowers right here, just planted those. Rosemary. This is some more jalapeno. And then this is a whole, this was cilantro. We let it go to flower. I like the way it smells. This is thyme under here. I let the cilantro kind of sit over it like this. That way it keeps it shaded and cool. This is a crooked neck purple organic garlic right here. I bought these cloves offline, planted them last September or October. It's been going for a while. I harvested some of that Swiss chard today. Some romaine, some rosemary. This is all of our cucumbers. Cucumber plant is getting really big. We've probably gotten maybe 4 out of here so far. There's a couple growing in here. But we've been really lacking a lot of bees this year for some reason. I haven't really been pollinating. See all these flowers, they should be a cucumber. I'm hoping that they get pollinated. These are a type of red bean. These are gonna be all green beans right here. You can see they're starting. I would say another week or two, we'll have some big green beans. I'll give them a little shot of fertilizer in the middle of the week. Down. A little bit of support. And then this is sweet potato. This is a sweet potato bed. In the middle here we have cosmos. They're a type of flower. I've never grown them before. Well, that's about it. I'll just leave this fungicide in here in the greenhouse. And another one, I have another one full of neem oil and soap. That's in case I see some bugs. I do the neem maybe like every 2 weeks, and I do like spot treatments. This is a weed killer, just I go around the perimeter. And I got a lot of seedlings in here, getting ready. There's the cucumbers and watermelons and some more eggplant, tomatillo, peppers, fennel, shishito pepper. So I got some pots ready to go right here that we just made up. And I got another maybe 6 of those fabric pots that I'll plant in. But that's it, that's the tour.